Why do I even bother putting on a nice shirt if you can barely see it? If you ever wonder what may have gotten Cruella to become the person that she is, that kills dogs and skins them, well, Disney heard your prayers and is asking you to pay $29.99 for them. Why did I say $21.99 like that? Am I okay? After years of amazing Disney live-action remakes where everyone was so happy and hyping Disney to do more, we got yet another one. This time we revisit the story of Cruella de Vil. Like always, I gotta give a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll suffer the consequences. The movie focuses on the early life of one of the most notorious and notoriously fashionable villains, Cruella de Vil. Set in the 1970s, we follow the life of a young girl whose name is Stella, a very clever girl determined to make a name of herself as a designer. Just like any Disney princess or character in this case, she's motherless. She becomes friends with two thieves, Jasper and Horace, after they all run away from the police and start working together since then. One day, Estella catches the eye of the Baroness after drunkenly she redesigned the mannequin, but the relationship quickly turns a turn after a few revelations that will make Estella to embrace her wicked side and become the fashionable and revenge-bent Cruella de Vil. I don't know much about fashion. I can barely dress myself. I mean, I try to put on a nice shirt that you can barely see for this video because it was required, and I wanted to do some makeup, but I have to go to work later, so I can't really go to work with a smoky eye. I mean, I could, but I won't. But I could. I also don't know much about cinematography or soundtrack, but I have eyes, so I can appreciate when something is amazing. The dresses were just... I'll let fashion commentary YouTubers to do their job, but they were fucking amazing. And the camera work was just unbelievable. As someone that has no knowledge on how to make a movie or like about film, I think the movie was pretty damn well done, and the soundtrack was just wonderful. I think I like the movie mainly because of the visuals and not so much because of the plot. The plot is very predictable, but the visuals make it up to it. I can already sense the costume design team getting a nomination at the Academy Award for the costume design, and if they don't get a nomination, well, that's just another confirmation that those awards are fucking rigged. But yeah, the movie was beautiful. Talking about beautiful, Emma Stone is so hot. I mean, I've had a crush on her since The Amazing Spider-Man, but fuck, she's so hot in this movie. This movie reminds me so much of The Devil Wears Prada, which I have no problem with since I love that movie. I mean, the Baroness is so much like Miranda, except for the mother part. and Estella is like Anne Hathaway's character that I do not remember her name, but I mean, they sort of have similar hair. Well, they both have bangs, but you know. And oh yes, there's murder twice. Well, almost twice. One murder, one attempted murder. I really thought she was dead for a second, and then I remember it's a Disney movie. She's the main character. She can't die. They need her alive for a possible sequel. So, like I said early on, Stella, by the way, what's up with Disney characters having an Ella on their name, like Cinderella, Ella, Bella, Cruella, Stella? She's motherless. Or is she? When she was a kid, her mom decided to move to London after Stella got withdrawn from school after getting in trouble too many times, or better said, defending herself. On their way, her mom makes a stop to ask for some help to get started. They go to the Queen Baroness house where she had a fashion show, I guess. And Stella, such a big ambition to be a fashion designer, she sneaks in and she's later followed by the Baroness Dalmatians. Fun fact, I used to think that that you pronounce Dalmatian as Dalmaticians for some reason. That's just a bilingual problem. When they get outside where the Baroness and Stella's moms were talking, the dogs push the mom off the cliff, killing her. Years later, while working for Miranda, she finds out her mom's necklace, which she had lost the day she died. Miranda claims is her family herlock that an employee stole and she got back, adding that the employee failed as a mother. Stella believes she's lying and starts working as Cruella to take it back. And they have a very entertainment segment of the movie where they have like fashion battle, fashion designer war kind of. It was very entertaining, and I love that they added kind of newspaper headlines. It was really cool. When a dude who works for the Baroness helps Stella to get the necklace back, he explains her the story of the Baroness, the Baron, the necklace, and their child, who is believed to be dead. But guess. Stella is actually the Baroness' daughter. Did you see that one coming? And the woman she thought was her real mom got her out to try and give her a better life. Oh, and the Baroness is a real fucking narcissist. After Stella spends years of blaming herself for her mother's death, when the Baroness finds out that Cruella is her daughter, all she says is, makes sense why you're so talented. Hinting that Cruella was talented just because she's the Baroness' daughter. Oh, and she pushes her off the cliff and Estella dies, but Cruella survives by turning her skirt into a parachute. That was a very weird part of the movie. So the Baroness pushes her, right? Attempted to kill her. And everybody from the party is witnessing the scene. And the Baroness is like, oh my god, she jumped, trying to, justify herself. And she goes to jail. It turns out that she didn't die, that Cruella didn't die because they turned the skirt into a parachute. But Stella still gets a headstone where it says that she died and that she lay there. And Emma Stone narrates that Stella did die that day, but Cruella was gonna take from now on. It's not hard to understand, but it's just a bit weird, I guess. Oh, and let's not forget about the real main character, Wink the dog. I love that they had dogs like as part of their gang. It was really funny. I think all I'm happy about is that they didn't make the dogs talk, because that always ruins the movie for me. The minute something that is not supposed to talk starts talking, I'm out. Every movie that Disney has announced from some time now, people have made it a big deal about it being Disney's first gay character, and we're just tired. It's just so embarrassing. It's either a super minor character that they can simply take out, and the excuse for this is for like the countries where homophobia, is still alive, and we're tired of the same damn excuse. If you really want to make your characters LGBT, you will do it. Or is a character that never specifically says I'm gay. We're just supposed to assume that they're gay because they tell us that, oh yes, that's their first gay character. I think the only time that it was implied in text was in MCU's Endgame, where Joe Russo, the director, made a cameo and mentioned being on a date with a dude. Other than that, it has never been implied in text. In Cruella, we're introduced to Artie, which according to the actor, after being asked whether his character is LGBT, he says, "It depends on who you're asking, I suppose, but for me, yes, it's official, he's queer. But we don't see him falling in love, there's no social aspect to the character." How long? How many Disney first gay characters are going to be until we actually get it? But what about the children? They don't seem to have a problem promoting smoking to family-friendly movies. I mean, 101 Dalmatians, we see Cruella smoking, and I'm pretty sure she's doing weed. And we also have the owner of Pongo smoking a pipe. And smoking is actually bad for your health. Being LGBT is not. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. Take it or leave it. I was never really a fan of 101 Dalmatians. I think the horror of someone skinning dogs just for dresses and having 101 dogs scared me as a child and adult. I mean, the story of a villain's origins is always gonna be more interesting and superior to a hero defeating evil, even if it's dogs. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. Cruella still captures the essence of 101 Dalmatians without it being the same exact movie. I love that they didn't include Cruella using the dog skin for the dresses, although it's implied at some point in the movie that she did. We then find out that she didn't. She did make a dress out of butterflies' cocoons. I think of these movies as separate pieces of art, just like Maleficent and The Sleeping Beauty, that are just inspired by its original source, but it's not the exact same movie. Saying that, I like Cruella more than 101 Dalmatians. I just think it makes the story better. And we don't have dogs dying for coats. So it's a plus. It's not like that most Disney live-action remakes are not people's favorites. In fact, most people hate them and beg petitions to stop. But every once in a while, and what I mean by that, I can only think of twice that this had happened, the remake was actually good. I think part of it can be nostalgia. We grew up with these characters and we don't really connect with the newer versions, or maybe we got too many remakes. For the remakes to work, in my opinion, you can just copy paste the original movie, but you also can't go too far from the original source. I totally forgot the existence of the first live action remake of 101 Dalmatians, which came out in 1996. And that just confirms my point. Maleficent and Cruella are the only two movies that I can think of where people loved the remake. Maybe Alice in Wonderland too, but I forgot to add that to my script, so yeah. And also Alice in Wonderland, it's not a Billions origin story, so yeah. But that's also a good remake. Just letting you know. Reasons for that can be, in Maleficent's case, we got to see her point of view instead of the fairy tale version where she hates Aurora and wants to kill her. In both these movies, we got to see what got them to become the villains that they are in their respective stories. The betrayal for later become Ken, who was Maleficent's only friend and then lover, and in Cruella's case, the death of her mother, who she had believed was her fault for years, until it's later revealed it was the Baroness. We got to understand why she hates Dalmatians so much. I mean, they literally killed her mom. Talk about drama. Now, the real question, is it worth the $21.99? No, no movie is worth 20 euros. As much as I enjoy the movie, I wouldn't pay that amount of money. I already paid for a Disney Plus subscription. What do you mean that I gotta pay an extra for a movie that is gonna be free in a few months? It's literally gonna be free on August, so thank the universe for Captain Jack Sparrow websites, if you know what I mean. My issue is not that they're charging extra to watch the movie. My issue is that they're charging 22 euros for a damn movie that you're watching at home. A cinema ticket doesn't cost you that much. So, and the movies that we have in YouTube Movies or in Amazon, they're not 20 euros, or at least not most of them. I think, I don't know, because I don't pay for movies. I mean, I wouldn't know. The most expensive one that I've seen was like 15 euros, I think. So take it as you will. I don't know. Final thoughts, I really liked the movie, honestly. And I think most people did. I mean, people that have seen it have said very positive things about the movie. Yes, the plot is kind of predictable. It's kind of the same. It's no different, but I think it makes it up with the visuals, with the soundtrack, the costumes, and I think they really went all in with the production, and it looked amazing. Emma Stone looks amazing. My only issue is the price. Other than that, everything was great, and yeah, I suggest you to watch it when it's free. Or there's another option that I'm not gonna promote, but I'm just saying there's another option if you really want to watch the movie before August. Just leaving it there. Let me know down below what you thought about the movie. What were your expectations? I didn't have any type of expectations, honestly. Part of me didn't want to watch it, but since it was Emma Stone, I was like, I have to watch the movie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.